And I've got news for you. The high likelihood right now is that you don't have a high performing business-based culture in your business. And the reason for that is in the UK right now, about 50% of the workforce, that's 50% of the businesses up and down the breadth of the UK, are currently underproductive. That means, and I'm not saying people are lazy, but all I'm saying is that at the moment in time, there's a huge deficit in terms of productivity in the UK PLC, that is.
House music.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the HR Man Show. Thank you very much for your time being here. Today, I want to talk to you about how you can build a high performance-based culture in your business. And I've got news for you. The high likelihood right now is that you don't have a high performing business-based culture in your business. And the reason for that is in the UK right now, about 50% of the workforce, that's 50% of the businesses up and down the breadth of the UK, are currently underproductive. That means, and I'm not saying people are lazy, but all I'm saying is that at the moment in time, there's a huge deficit in terms of productivity in the UK PLC, that is. And that means it's highly likely that you also are unproductive. And I'd also say, in actual fact, it's probably highly likely, and excuse me for saying it, but you probably don't even know that you're unproductive because you're not measuring it. And so many businesses, one of the things we do when we work with clients for the first time, just to give you a bit of a backdrop, we did this recently for one of our newer clients to come on board, is we do what's called a deep dive, which takes us all the way through the employee journey from the point when we're looking to hire somebody to the values, the vision in the business, through the life cycle to when someone potentially leaves and exits that business for whatever that reason is. And what we do is we work through with them as to what some of those issues could be on that journey. We look at the red flag that works in a traffic light system, so it's really easy. Things that are green, you're doing really well on. We don't want to lose that. Things that are amber, we need to really focus on over the course of the next 12 months or more. Things that are red are high urgency. We want to be focusing on that shit right now because that's the area where we think you've got most urgent need. Now, I know from the majority that we do with businesses that they don't, not only do they not know that they're unproductive, or if they're productive, they don't measure it. They don't know how to measure it. And none of that's been put in place. And for me, one of the key things to being able to make sure that you actually have a high performance culture in your business is you need to really get this shit nailed down as to how productive your teams are, your individuals in your teams and your business overall, so that you can ascertain exactly how high performance that culture is, how you can drive it even further and inspire that, and how you can build people onto that journey. We're not forcing people here. We're not cracking the whip. This isn't slavery. You know, we want to bring people on that journey with us through creating that high performance culture. Now, for me, one of the key things that this starts with, and it has to be a very linear process. So for me, what we want to start with is looking at what are your visions? Where is it? Close your eyes. Where do you want your business, practice, charity to be in 10 years' time? What does it look like? And I'm not just talking about financial goals. I'm talking about all of those goals. What have you achieved? How many people are you employing? How many customers are you seeing? How many clients are you supporting? How many patients are you helping? How much are you giving to the communities that you're there to support if you're a charity? If you're in construction, how much project work are we taking on? How many people do we need to attain that kind of level? What does it look like? I don't want to know what good looks like, by the way. I don't want to know what average looks like. I want to know what excellence looks like. I want to set high, monster goals, scary. They look like they're freaking ridiculous goals. They're unattainable goals. You may not achieve these goals, but you've got to stretch outside your comfort zone. And so does everybody else beneath you to be able to achieve those goals. What are those goals in the next 10 years? And I want you to write them down. If you're writing down just one or two, you've not done your homework. If you're writing down numbers that end in a zero, you've not done your homework. That's a lazy number. Okay, what are your goals? What's the vision? What's the direction? What's the journey that your business, practice, whatever it is you are, charity, is looking to progress down over the course of the next 10 years? In 10 years hence from today, from whenever you're watching this video, what would excellence look like for you? And I want you to write that down. I then want you to break that down and say, right, okay, if that's 10 years from now, what would I need to have met? What kind of achievements would we needed to have made to be continuing on that trajectory, to stand any chance of getting there in 10 years' time? What would we needed to have done by 5 years? So you're doing exactly the same exercise, but you're working it back. Okay, we're now 5 years. What are those key targets, those key goals over 5 years that you would needed to have obtained to be able to be on that track, that journey to your 10-year goals of where you want to be, of excellence, by the way, right? I didn't want to work that back again. And now I want to go, right, okay, where do we need to have been 12 months from now? Okay, if you're working on a calendar year and you're in January, where do I need to be by December? What does that look like? And again, we're looking at all of your goals, not just the financial, not just the staffing levels. Where is it you need to be? And by the way, I've had this before. So with a client we had previously, we've worked through this process with them before. We're looking at their visions on the deep dive. And one of their visions is all around their family and personal things. So I want my children to go to this school. We want to move to this country. We want to do this particular piece of work. It was all about themselves. And the problem with when you're writing stuff about you personally, whilst it's great that you personally have a vision, you personally have a direction and a trajectory that you want to travel down, that's great for you. That's excellent. I, as an employee, couldn't give a crap. That means nothing to me. The fact that you've managed to move to another country, your children have gone to this school, you've had this many holidays over the course of the next 5 years, means zip all to me. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not going to engage in that. That's not a reason for me to come and work with you to help you get more holidays. I don't care. You've got to have things that are going to bring me on that journey. It's got to be about the business. It's got to be about things that I'm going to be able to share in those achievements of. You've got to bring me along. It's got to be inspirational. So in 12 months' time, what does excellence look like for you? Where is it that we're going? What does it look like? And now begins the real big task. I want you to start working that back. You should be doing this for all of your staff and your direct reports, and your direct reports should be doing it for their staff, and so on down that food chain, where you should be working yourselves back and saying, here's the overall goal of the business as an umbrella. This is what the excellence looks like in these categories. We've broken it down. There's X amount, and it's amazing. Now, what we need is within all of these teams, whether it's marketing, sales, HR, whether it's the project teams or whatever you call your teams, right? You need to break down what their contributions are to that table to be able to meet that in 12 months' time. So what does your marketing team, as an example, what do they need to be achieving every month, working your way back to month 1 to be on that trajectory? What does it look like? We're building a roadmap here. So if I sat down with you. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching the video that you're tuning into right now. It means the world to me that you're watching that video, but I want to just take a small snippet of your time, the smallest amount of your time, just to tell you about this amazing offer that we have on board for all of you right now in your businesses. Everything that we're doing, everything that we're talking about is predicated on how we can help you to maximize the potential of your business, the potential of your people in your business, and your teams that your people belong to. Right now, if you head over to the website that's in the background there in our new studio, which is inquiry.cavalhr.co.uk. That's inquiry.cavalhr.co.uk. You can pick up a free employment contract for your staff. This is monumental. It enables you to be able to make changes, customize the contract to your liking, for your staff, for your business, but also to ensure that you're remaining legally compliant. Head on over now, pick up your free contract, register your details. Let's get back to the video. And I said to you, right, today we're going to travel from London to Cardiff, okay? We don't just jump in the car and drive. You jump in the car, you get your map out and you plot your route. You plot your route, right? So you're saying, this is where we're going to go. We're going to have some stop-off points on the way, by the way, because we can't do it all in one journey. We're going to stop off. We're going to have some rest breaks. Where are we going to have them? What's it going to be like? Who's going to be there? What do we need to do to get there? Does everybody know the journey that you're trying to take? Because you're taking several cars. So does everybody else know that journey? Or are they just literally just following the leader? What is the case going to be? You want to break this shit down. And it's got to be something that means something to me personally. And the great thing about it is even if I'm just the administrator, sorry, I'm not saying administrators are low level, unimportant. As I'm already preaching, they're fundamental to your business, just like everybody else that you employ. But if I have an administrator in my team, they need to know that the work they're doing, the work they're producing, and the hours that they're working for me contribute to the end goal of the business. So if I ask that administrator, what do you do? What is it you contribute? I don't want them to read off their job description. I don't want to hear that they're an administrator and they're administering and they're doing filing. I want to hear how what they're doing is supporting the business in its overall goal. I want to hear how what they're doing, no matter how low level it is contributing to the goal of the business. That's fundamentally important. And we should work all of these goals and tasks back over the course of those 12 months. So that if every Tom, Dick, and Harry in all of your teams go on that trajectory, if they were to meet all of those goals and targets, you would achieve your excellence at the end of the 12 months. So you're planning it backwards. Now, the next step is we're not here to measure those goals, by the way. We're not here to measure those tasks, by the way. We're not. We're here to measure outputs, productivity, putting in X amount of energy and getting Y out. That's how you measure productivity. So I want to measure how much am I getting from my staff? And the only way I can do that is to look at activity, outputs. Sales is easy. How many calls are you making? And how many closes are you getting? Right? That's an easy one. If you work in architecture and you're not selling directly and you're actually drawing up plans, that may not be so easy. And the way you measure that is to measure what activity are they doing. So Nigel Bottrell on Entrepreneur Circle, one of our mentors that we look at. One of the things he talks about is a story about how when he started his business, he had a mentor that came round to his house and he'd been really, really busy. And sure as how he had been. He was sure of it. And that mentor said to him, so what's the most important thing to you in your business? The most important task to your business for it to succeed? And he said, to get clients. So the answer was, well, how many? How much time, are you spending on the activity of getting clients? And the simple fact is, as difficult as that is, the answer is probably not as much time dedicated to that function as he should have been. And what we're trying to do here is to make sure that the activity in your business, in your teams, with your staff is driven by how it can move the goalposts, how it can help your business to grow into what excellence is in 12 months. Your 12 months excellence is driven by what 5 years excellence is, and your 5 years excellence is driven by what your 10 years excellence is. So what we're saying is if we want to get anywhere close to what we want to be looking like in 10 years' time as a trajectory, it starts this month. And what activity does every staff member need to achieve to be on that trajectory? And how do I bring them along on that journey? It's not a journey that you keep to yourself. This isn't a message that you keep quiet. This is something you sing from the rooftops and you tell every soul within your business. Every time you're going out to recruitment, this should be the inspirational message that's driving people to go, I want to be on board that train. I want to go where they're heading and I want to be part of that because that sounds freaking amazing. And that's what you want in your business. Everybody should know what the trajectory is, what the journey is, how long it's going to take to get there, what their contribution is, what they need to do now, today, this month, that's going to help to get there, what levels of output are required, and the fact it's going to be measured. So if you can measure a percentage of how complete a particular activity is, you can measure how productive they've been. You can measure how complete it is. Does it need to carry over to the next month? Did we foresee that it would be something that needs to carry over to the next month? Is there something they've been missing? You can identify performance gaps. But this brings about a culture where everybody is being measured in the same way by the same yardstick, and it all drives and leads back. All roads go back to your 10-year plan of success. So if you want to build high performance-led cultures within your teams and your business, you need to start measuring it. And the first part of measuring it is getting to know, what does high performance look like to you? Because that could be really vague right now. And to be honest with you, I'd say about 90% of the businesses we talk to don't have an idea about that. Or alternatively, they do, but they've not shared it with any living soul. And therefore, no one knows about it. It's a private matter for me, what I'm doing with the business. I own the business. It's up to me to choose that. Yeah, it is. But if you want to bring these people along with you, you've got to be able to share it. If the team doesn't know what the goals are, how are they going to ever be knowing if they're going to be going close to achieving them? You've got to bring people along on that journey to build your high performance caliber team culture in your business. Look, everyone, really quickly, I just want to say, if you've really enjoyed this video, if this video has helped you move the dial in any way, shape, or form, I want you to do three things. The first one is to give us a like. If you give us a like, it really helps us out. I know everyone says that, but it does. Subscribe to the channel. And by all means, don't stop here. Go ahead. We've got a suggested video for you just over here or over here, somewhere that you can click on and continue watching and learning. And that's based and focused on what we've been talking about here today. Take care, everyone. Thank you for coming into the HR show. Woo!
House music.